1 minute on the phone.
How about already spent 1 minute on the phone? That's pretty important, right? All right. Sammy G, what else is important here?
Spend 1 more minute with every phone call
He routes, yep. So in other words, we're calling into a center, and he just directs our calls, okay? So like they'll say, so he'll answer the phone, he'll say, Davis County Middle School, how can I help you? And they'll say, I want to talk to Miss Embry. He sends that phone call on to me. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what it means to route a call. All right, what else is important? Mr. Esterdine, what else do I need to know here? What? What else do I need to know here? We've already got everything we need to know? No. What else does it tell us that's important?
I've already done lightning.
I don't know, have I?
I don't know. I was looking at my paper.
Well, is it annotated on my paper?
No.
So, you think I've done it? Okay, so tell me what I need to know.
Underline the minutes on the phone. Why?
The minutes on the phone are why. And not only do I need to underline that, I probably could go ahead and do what? Label it on my graph. So minutes on the phone. Is that the only thing I know? Carson, is that the only thing I know?
The phone calls routed X.
The phone calls routed are X. So I'm going to come down here, and that's going to be the phone calls routed. All right, question 2. What is the y-intercept representing? So in other words, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Nope. What does your paper say? It says, in other words, what? What are you starting out with? So what am I starting out with? I'm starting out with what, though? Be as specific as you can.
Starting out with 1 minute on the phone.
Okay, so I'm starting with one minute already on the phone. Okay, that's what that means. My y-intercept means I'm starting with 1 minute already on the phone. So I've already taken one phone call. By the time, let's say my boss starts counting, I've already taken one phone call. Okay, so that's the one I start with already. Which means that I'm going to do what on my y-intercept? Start at 1. Now, what does the slope mean? So in other words, what is my rate of change? So what is changing here? Lauren, what's changing? What's changing? What's changing? I'm seeing the same hands, which tells me they know what we're doing. The rest of you are going to have to step up your game because they're out from this point forward. So what's changing? Dalton, what's changing?
It increases every minute in quality routes.
Increasing what?
It increases every minute.
How many minutes?
By 1.
1 more minute. So 1 minute. Now it doesn't say per or each, but what word could I replace?
With every.
With every could be replaced with per phone call or with each phone call, right? So what does that mean I need?
Oh, one phone call.
Per, and then how many?
One phone call.
One call. All right. So I'm increasing 1 minute per every one call taken, or answered, or routed, or however you want to do it. Okay, because pretty soon, by the way, just so you know where this is headed, I'm not going to give you this and then make you graph it. I'm going to give you the graph and then you tell me what all this means. That's where we're headed, so be ready. Okay? All right, so 1 minute per one phone call taken. So what is that going to look like on my graph? Up one, right one. Now, when I get ready to graph, is that going to go into any other quadrant? Like, would that line extend into any other quadrant? No, because I can't have negative minutes on the phone, and I can't have negative phone calls taken. Like, they can't say, oh, well, I'm taking that phone call away from me. Okay? Although I'm sure people who do this for a living would prefer that. They don't really want to deal with the crazy people who call them. Myself included. Okay? So the y-intercept is what am I starting with? The slope is what is changing and how much is it changing by.